Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight.
Oh, gosh. You know what? I am not going to miss that. I do check in on Fox News because you got to be seeing what's going on everywhere, but I found Tucker Carlson to be insufferable and so full of
hate,
disinformation,
lies,
hate,
conspiracy theories, racism. Well, lucky for us, he's gone. This week, the big headline news was that Tucker Carlson, out of there. It's complicated. We'll talk more about that. But there is this young, did you see this? There's a young man who does impressions of Trump and other politicians. His name is Matt Friend. This is what he had to say about Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon of CNN getting...
Listen to this. It's so good.
Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, the dumbest man on television, were both fired like a dog. Rupert called up Tucker and said... "You're fired. Don Lemon, I'll tell you what, look who's past his prime now, right?"
Oh my gosh, that was
You're
so
fired.
good. If you closed your eyes, you would not know. Hey, and we love to connect with Professor Timothy Caulfield, who is a professor of health law at the University of Alberta. He's been on here before. You've seen him. We were talking about, debunking and disinformation and what have you. And so we reached out, and here's what he had to say on Tucker Carlson's demise at Fox News.
I think this is a really big deal, the firing of Tucker Carlson. It's kind of the end of an era, of a misinformation era. The guy is symbolic of the toxic place we are right now, whether you're talking about the lies he spread about immigrants, whether you talk about how he sort of legitimized that the great replacement conspiracy theory. He spread misinformation about vaccines. And of course, the big lie about voter fraud, which kind of, I think, probably led to his firing. So this is a big deal. Now, what's going to be interesting is to see if this really is a shift in how Fox is treating the truth, or is this really just a dispute with Tucker Carlson? I like to believe it's the former, because clearly the Dominion lawsuit had something to do with him getting fired. So it'll be really interesting to see how he's replaced, and if we see the truth needle move just a little bit with Fox. Of course, that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. But their approach has worked in the past. I mean, spreading lies, spreading spin has made them a lot of money. So we'll have to wait and see where this is going to go. One can only hope.
Right? What do you think?
No kidding.
What do you think?
Okay, very quickly, I feel like Tucker Carlson was dangerous in an era where there is so much polarization, so much anger. He didn't even believe some of the crap he was spewing on his big nightly platform, as we discovered in the texts during the Dominion lawsuit. He thought Trump was a buffoon. He thought this whole election is stolen thing was nonsense and dangerous. And yet he went out there and sort of kept it going, stirred the pot and kept the fires going. And I just think it was dangerous. I'm glad he's gone.
I am too. Like Bill O'Reilly before him, who had that time slot and was fired over sexual harassment and assault allegations and a big payout for Fox. But Bill O'Reilly thought himself bigger than the Murdochs. And the Murdochs don't take too well with that. And apparently within those Dominion, the alleged speculation on why this, he only got 10 minutes heads up that he was out. Yeah. So then having that be part of it, the Dominion texts had how he wasn't so favorable about the people in charge about the people in charge at Fox News, but also that he went away and he was silent. He stepped away from it all for 2 whole days before going on Twitter and putting out a minute and a half video that basically said that now that he's had a chance to step away from it all and have clarity, Linda, he's looking at everybody, both Republicans and Democrats, as being the problem. And only he can see it clearly.
It's not over yet either, because a former producer on Tucker Carlson's show is now suing Fox. And there's some really nasty text messages and more information coming out about the misogyny in the Fox
office
pit.
Yeah.
So
he was running a place in a space that after the Me Too era with Rupert Murdoch at the helm, and what we've seen with Roger Ailes and what we've seen with Harvey Weinstein and all of that type of environment still exists till like this week is shocking, and yet gives us great fodder for conversation, because here we are still talking about it. Okay, how do you feel about a much lighter subject, the coronation of King Charles? Are you planning a big viewing party? No, she's not. Shachi Curl from Angus Reid has polled Canada on this. We'll have her on coming up.
And still ahead, where is the political will to solve the toxic drug crisis? 10,000 British Columbians have lost their lives. How many more have to die before we see a pandemic-like response?